But while we get this party started, folks, want to remind everyone of a couple of things, ladies and gents. Remember, this Zoom is all about getting laser focused on building your business in the next 90 days by doing 3 things. That's 2, 1, and 1. And hopefully this has been burned into the back of your skull. It's all we've been talking about since the beginning of this Zoom, folks. It's 2 exposures every day, no matter what, non-negotiable. 1 weekly meeting every single week, and attend 1 Super Saturday every single month for 90 days, guys. That's what this Zoom is all about. And folks, again, please, if you haven't yet, join our WhatsApp group. You should have received the link in an email. I will send it out again today to make sure that everyone is partaking in that. It's a great chat, keep you up to date with everything that's happening in the group. Reminders are sent out, highlights are sent out, so make sure that you're joining that WhatsApp group, ladies and gents. Also, if you had an associate that fell out, or you yourself fell out last month and you still want to get back into the qualifications, I'm talking about Performance Club. We're qualifying for a little trip to where? To Jamaica. So if you fell out last month and you didn't quite hit Performance Club, or someone on your team didn't do that, remember, we still got that reboot. If they still qualify to use it, they could use the reboot and get back in the running for Jamaica. And guys, if you were on a team and part of the team competition to get into the Jamaica running, guys, that are our 60-day team challenge, all recruits are count double until the 10th of August. So you have 3 days to really go out there and scale, move way up that leaderboard for your team, right? So, hey, guys, listen up. Without any further ado, it is Monday. And to get our minds right and prepared for this Monday, we've got an incredible individual that said, hey, I'm going to raise my hand and help floor it out. But he's doing some amazing things. And actually, guys, before we bring him on, do me a favor. It's Monday, which means you have a whole week of activity that you should have been doing. And remember, I wasn't holding you accountable for the weekends. And, you know, we talked about this last week, that you're running your own business and you want to make sure that you are doing the activity even Saturday and Sunday. But if you could, guys, in the chat, I want you to take out your notes. And in the chat, I want you to put how many exposures did you do this past week? And since this is day 12 here, which means we are well past we're getting into our second week, actually our third week. We're gonna up it up 1. I want you to type in the chat how many exposures you made, right? Hey, Jonathan, killing it, 18, Kevin, 11, Terrell, 12, leading by example, gentlemen. I appreciate y'all. Put how many exposures, but then also how many 3-way phone calls did you make last week? So we're putting in 2 numbers. We're putting in how many exposures and how many 3-way phone calls. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and invite our guest speaker in. Ladies and gents, $100,000 income earner, network vice president for Arizona, for Texas, and he'll let you know what other states if I missed any. But he's doing an incredible job, not only with his team, but with the state, guys. He knows the business inside and out. And I'm really excited that he volunteered to be on with us today, taking time out of his busy day to help us get our minds right so we can actually kill it this coming week. So without any further ado, I'm going to shut up. Mr. Edmund Hunter, over to you, my friend. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Mr. Gonzalez. I appreciate you, brother, for asking me. You know what I mean? I don't ever take it lightly when asked to speak to a market, to be able to speak to the Legal Shield family, because someone has done that for me, right? Someone poured into me. Someone, shared their experience, their wisdom, their knowledge, the things that they've gone through that absolutely helped me, right? Every single thing that we get here in this business is simply a building block, right? To build up our foundation, to build up the empire that we're looking to build over a period of time. And so every time that I get an opportunity to share, it's important to me because I want to simply give a tidbit, right? Something that has helped me to grow in this business, and hopefully someone will be able to take from that, and that'll be a building block for them in their business. So I appreciate you, sir, for even thinking of me to ask me to speak to this market, right? So as I was asked to speak on accountability and mindset, let me not even say that, right? I was given some options, all right? Mr. Gonzalez was definitely gracious enough to say, hey, Mr. Hunter, here's some options for you, right? What would you like to speak on? Because he's a great leader like that, right? He's definitely someone that he's not just going to throw you into the fire like, hey, this is what you're doing, okay? He gave me some options, but I chose to speak on accountability and mindset because for me, it's been the most important thing in my business, right? Mr. Gonzalez talked about, hey, we're focused right now on 2, 1, and 1. Right? How simplified is that, right? All we have to think of is just 2, 1, and 1. What is 2, 1, and 1, right? 2 exposures daily minimum, right? 1 Super Saturday event, right? And what was the other one? 1 weekly event, right? 1 weekly event. Every single week, we should be attending at least 1 event and bring guests with us, right? Those are 10 core commitments, right? All he did was simply give us the 10 core commitments. What he could have done is said, hey, we have 10 core commitments, and this is what our 10 core commitments are, and listed them for you. But see, a confused mind does nothing. And when we overload ourselves with information, a lot of times we don't do anything with it. So what did he do? He focused us on 3 things, and then he simplified it, made it a catchy slogan and phrase, and say, hey, we're just focused on 2, 1, and 1. What is that, right? The entire market should be focused on 2 exposures every single day, 1 weekly event, and 1 Super Saturday, right? We can do that. That focuses our mind. But check this out. I won't actually do my 2 exposures every single day. I won't actually attend 1 weekly event, and I won't actually attend 1 Super Saturday event, not consistently over the course of 12 months, right? Because that's what this is supposed to do, is to build daily habits, to build upon the consistency that we need in order to have success. We won't actually do it if our mindset isn't there. We won't actually do it consistently over time in order to have success if we don't have accountability. So the most important thing for me has been the accountability and the mindset in this business to help me to even do the things that I'm supposed to do, right? We know that the 10 core commitments, there's some things that we do daily, right? Like start each day the right way, like 2 exposures every single day, right? No yawning down there, Mr. Geary, because it's 6:30 in the morning for me right now. I'm tired, okay? I'm like, whoo, okay, it's 6:30 over here. I'm over here yawning too. I'm just having fun with you guys, but there's some things we're going to do every single day. There's I need a cup of coffee too. There's also some things that we're going to do weekly, and there's some things we're going to do monthly. There's some things that we're going to do every single year, right? Like attend your international convention, be here a year from now, right? We get that. But if we don't have things that are going to hold us accountable along the way, then life hits. This is a volunteer army. Would you all agree? I mean, no one's forcing us to be here, right? So number 1, you have to be accountable to who? To yourself. Number 1, you're accountable to yourself before you're accountable to anyone else. Even if you're focused in business solutions, right? You have to decide that you're going to call on the companies, that you're going to talk to the small business owner, that you're going to get up and do, go walk your community, or however it is that you decide that you're going to work that part of our business. You have to decide to do that, and you have to be accountable to you before you're accountable to anyone else. If you decide that you're going to build a team, before you build a team, you must lead yourself. And if you're not accountable to you, then you're not actually going to do it, not over a period of time that we need in order to have success. Guys, why do I keep emphasizing over a period of time? Because look, we're focused right now on a 90-day run, right? Mr. Gonzalez said, look, over the next 90 days, this is what we're going to do. And the 90 days helps us to formulate and build the right habits so that it translates to the rest of the year. Look, we can sprint, we can run, in fact, for 90 days, but it's really hard to do that for 365. All right, you'll burn out. So we focus on blocks of time every 30 days, every 60 days, every 90 days, so that we build up the right habits. But if we're not accountable throughout that, hey, I've got a workout partner that I can, touch base with, and this workout partner helps me to stay accountable to reading 10 pages of a good book every single day, or to listen to some positive audio every single day, because we understand that these daily disciplines are the very thing that we need, so that we're ingesting the positivity that we need, so that only positive things are coming out. Maybe that's what the workout partner is for. Maybe you have a workout partner that helps you to do 2 exposures every single day, because you say, you know what? I know that my good friend, Mr. Duckworth, he is on his exposures every single day. And I know that he is someone that could possibly hold me accountable to doing the very thing that I need to do that maybe I don't do as much right now. So this is my accountability partner throughout this next 60 days, 90 days. Because without it, guys, we'll never get through that full 90 days. Do you guys realize that most people, look, we always hear about doing a 90-day run in this business. Most people don't actually get through a full 90-day run, right? Not consistently, right? They don't actually get through it. Why? Because there's nothing there throughout it. They never put the things in place, the accountability that's needed to be successful throughout that full 90 days. They just thought, hey, look, it's only 90 days and this is what I'm committed to. But see, in the beginning, we're enthusiastic, we're excited. So it's really easy for the first week when we're excited about Jamaica, right? When we're excited about the new announcements and the promotions, and we're on the communication show and we're fired up. But then after that first week, that second week, and some of that excitement starts to dissipate, all right, will eventually fall off, because the excitement and the enthusiasm, guys, that's motivation, right? When you're motivated, you're excited, you're enthusiastic. That will eventually dissipate. Do you understand that motivation and inspiration doesn't last forever, right? But discipline does. So when we're able to be disciplined, then you're able to be accountable. So then you're able to last that 90-day run, right? That 30 days, that 60 days, that 90 days. But you have to be intentional. This now talks about your mindset of saying, okay, who do I need to put in place? What do I need to put in place that helps me to be accountable? Because I understand that as a volunteer army, I may not do the very thing that I was committed to doing, because once my motivation, my excitement begins to wane, which just happens, guys, to all of us, I may not do that very thing consistently over a period of time that I need in order to have the success that I desire. So right now, what things do you have in place that help you to be accountable? Number one, to yourself, and then number two, to others. Because before you can build that team, right, you've got to first lead yourself. So what do you have in place, guys? For me, I have reminders, right? I know that from many of our mentors and someone that I work with closely, right, Mr. Darnell Self, he always tells me, look, if you don't put it in your calendar, it's not going to happen. So I've gotten really good about, hey, everything I do goes into my calendar. Everything I do goes into my calendar, right? So if I'm talking to a prospect and they say, hey, call me on Monday at 8, right? So I knew that I had this call going on. So it immediately I looked, I was like, hey, does that conflict with my call, right? Monday at 8, I was like, oh, no. They're on Eastern time. So I was like, okay, I have this at 6:30. Okay, I got to take my son to school. So I was able to look at the calendar and say, hey, 8 o'clock doesn't work for me. I was able to respect my own time because I was working from a calendar. So then I could put it into my calendar. So now I can stay accountable to myself, right? First, before I decide to lead anyone else. So number one, I put everything in a calendar. Okay. Number two, I track everything that I do. So I have notebooks. That's just me. Okay. I'm not telling you what system that you should have, but I'm just telling you what works for Edmund Hunter. So I have a notebook as well. So not only do I put things in a digital calendar right into my phone, but I physically write things down, because we know that the things that we write down, we're more likely to remember, right? We're more likely to remember the things that we write down. So I also write things down. That's helping me to stay accountable to myself. And then number two, now I'm staying accountable to others. So I share whatever my goals may be with someone else that's willing, right, to touch base with me and hold me accountable to the thing that I shared with them. So that helps us with accountability, right? Staying accountable to ourselves and then accountable to others. We're also talking a little bit about mindset, right? And I only got about another 5 minutes, but our mindset. So I love to think about words and just what they mean, right? And breaking them down. That's why I spoke about in the beginning, Mr. Gonzalez, making things very simplified. because I firmly believe that a confused mind does nothing. But when you have a true understanding of things, right, it becomes so much easier to not just commit, but to execute. Okay. So when we think about mindset, when something is set, we think of it as being not just solid, right, and firm, but we even have a saying that something, once it's set in what? It's set in stone, right? So when we have our mind set, it's almost as if it's set in stone, almost a permanent thing. So a mindset is very difficult to break down. We have to realize that many times we bring a certain mindset into this business from years and years worth of things that we have learned that actually have to be unlearned. We bring in years worth of baggage and things that we were told into this business, and it's almost been set in stone. But the great thing about your mind is that once it expands, it can't conform back. So we can actually still grow. We can actually change the mindsets that we've had in the past, right, that maybe haven't served us the best, so that we can adopt a new one. It doesn't actually have to be set in stone. We can adapt a new mindset. So it just becomes on you, right? What things are serving you, what things aren't serving you here in this business. What can you commit to that's going to help you to adopt a new mindset? See, I heard it put this way, it was just the other day. I can't remember what I was listening to it was something on social media, but it was good because the people that I follow, right, I choose to follow only people that are either going and growing in the same direction as me, or they have certain things, right, that are aiding to the direction that I'm going. And so it was someone that was sharing, something to the effect of, man, I'm trying to think of exactly what it was, because it'd be great if you guys could go and listen to it. But your mindset is so important, of the way that you view things and the way that you perceive things, right? Because perception becomes your reality. And so for so long, we've looked at things a certain kind of way, and we've thought that it has served us well, but it actually hasn't. And it's important for us to put ourselves and surround ourselves with others that have even a greater mindset or more success than even we have. And so that's important for us to do as well, so that we can start to adopt, right, that mindset of success. Maybe we're doing pretty good for ourselves right now, but guys, we don't have it all together, right? Not all of us. We definitely don't. There's always ways that we can grow, that we can learn, that we can get better. And it's important for us not to get to this place where we think that we've got it, where we're no longer becoming a student and willing to grow, right? Willing to because all of that is so much more important than the how-tos of this business. Far more important than being told what to do in this business, because you actually won't do those things, not with the right attitude, and you won't be able to lead people correctly, right? Or in a way that helps them to grow. Look, it took me a while, guys, to get to a place where it didn't have to be me. Because I wanted it to be me. I'm just being honest, right? Because of where I was, because of my mindset, I had been broken down for so long and told what I couldn't do and what I wasn't capable of, or at least that was my perception, because that was my reality. I was told that for so long that then when I did start to have some success here in Legal Shield, I wanted to be the guy. I wanted to lead my team. I wanted to be the one that trained all of my associates. I wanted to have the credit for it. I did. I'm just being honest. But my mindset had to change as I got around more people that have more success than I did, where I started to understand that I can't lead every single person, because not everybody's going to hear Edmund Hunter's voice. And it doesn't matter if they have the success as a direct result of Edmund Hunter, or just that they have the success. It just matters that they have success, right? So I need to be able and willing to put my people, my team, in the right position, that they can hear from someone else that maybe they hear from even better than they hear from me, so that they can grow, so that they can learn, so that they can win. And it can still be in an indirect way. It was still through me, but I didn't have to have credit for it. That was a mindset change for me, guys. So we have to put ourselves in these positions where we hear things that we're able to learn and we're able to grow, so that we can adopt that new mindset that then will absolutely take us to the next level. Because all of those how-tos, all of the things that we know to do about this business, the 1%ers that, all of that is great, but it actually won't happen the way that we want it to if we haven't adopted the right mindset And if we're not accountable first to ourselves and then number two to others. So with that being said, that's 15 minutes, I believe, for me, sir, or maybe almost 20 minutes. So I'll go ahead and turn the call over back to you, Mr. Gonzalez. If there's anything else you'd love for me to share, I've got a few more minutes, but it's on you now, my friend.
No, man, that's good. I appreciate you guys. Hey, guys, let's let Mr. Edmund Hunter know how much we appreciate him. Blow the chat up. Round of applause. My man, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. At 6:30 in the morning, I had no idea. I completely forgot that you're in an ultimately very different time zone that we are. But man, you are an outstanding leader, and I really appreciate you coming on this morning and blessing us with all that. So, folks, listen, it's time. It's Monday. Let's make it count every minute. Look, I heard ET. I listen to Eric Thomas every single morning. I shower with him. If you want to make fun of me, I shower with a man. Yes, Mr. Eric Thomas, every single morning. Right. And he said something powerful. He said, if you want to master your future, you have to learn how to master the minute. So master every moment, every minute of your life, guys, because every minute counts. Once it's gone, it's gone. So let's focus on segmenting some minutes today that you could work your legal show business. Let's get those exposures done. Let's get those three-way phone calls done, guys. Love you, Florida. We will see you all tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Take care, guys. Have a great day.